Should have put the fucking flashlight on already. Do I need a light? Let's see. I might not need it. Let's check. Anyway, first and foremost, we're going to start off by saying all praises be to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, salutes to you brothers teaching the word in sincerity and in truth, man. You know? And, you know, we're going to go right into it. We're going to go right into it. 1 second, let me just check this. We're going to go right into these prophecies, man. So what we're going to do is, let's start with Revelation, the mark of the beast, man. Okay. We're going to talk about some prophecies and future prophecies, and might go into some history and stuff, but we all know that the system that the Lord set up is going to push a mark that everybody is going to be presented with to have to take, to do anything, you know, which is you know what we know it is. But so let's read that, and we're going to make that talk. And you know what, YouTube's so messed up that they won't. You mention that scriptures, that you know, certain scriptures, they want to clip the video, proves it's the truth, right? So let's read.
This is Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all.
So he's got power. He's got power, man. We're under this system, you know. We're under this system, and there's nothing you can do. You had people that have tried to come up carnally and fight the system, while the scriptures is against that. When you read the book of Acts 5, I think it's 4 as well, something like that. We can get that. You had men that actually tried to physically take over the Esau system. That's not going to happen. Look how vast Esau. You know, he's got all this technology, man. You go from one end of the country to the other, miles. It's Esau's territory, Roman-style buildings, all of that. So you ain't got the power. Go on now.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
So that's everyone, rich and poor, free and bond. So you got rich and poor people, right? It doesn't matter. Oh, you got the middle class, even certain billionaires and shit. Because a lot of people ain't getting. It's really the super elite are the ones. Because they want to monitor. They want to monitor everyone. The celebrities are gonna have to get it. Celebrities are gonna be pushing it. So a lot of you people in these clubs with a lot of money, man, you're gonna be the forefronters of pushing the RFID mark of the beast, right? You guys are gonna be in the forefront to push the RFID mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real. Go on, huh?
To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
So it's going to be in any of your hands, because the scripture says in Revelation, one of the other scriptures, I think it's Revelation 20, 14, it was in their hand, 14, it was in their hands. And that's just that there's reasons. Esau thinks, right? There's reasons why he's done it, you know, in these kind of places. You know, when you go to a shop, or you go to a shopping market, man, you're in the fucking line, and then guess what? You get your card, scan. You know, that'll be your hand, scan. That's what they're trying to do. Or they got things where they got the plug thing and the scan the item, so they can scan you, scan your forehead. They've got all types of ways that they can do it, man. You know, so that's what they're trying to push. And we're telling you that because that's prophecy, you know. What was you gonna say? You got something?
Yeah, just a quick point. I was gonna say, I was at a petrol station and there's a woman in front of me. She paid with one of them digital watches, you know. So a lot of these payment things, like the elder saying, with the hand, you know, people don't go and lift up their knee and pay with that, you know. And it's all part of the payment system that they're putting in.
Yeah, that happened when I was up Holland. This and that. She had at the watch.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And she was, you know, she went. I thought, what? She got the chip.
That's what I thought. Yeah, yeah, I had to, you know.
Yeah, double. You know what I'm saying? But it was the watch and shit, man.
Yeah. Right, verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
So you know, buying and selling is everything. You get up in the morning, you want to eat, you gotta buy. You got to have cash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, you ain't living in no country where there's fruits or vegetables or there's just something you can forage. No, you're in the system, so you get up, man. Oh, you gotta check your bank account and all that. Go to the you need fucking eggs, cereal, whatever the fuck you have for your breakfast. If you try to have healthy ones, you know, you want to really have like coconut water. It's got electrolytes in it, I think. Like avocados and that, they're good for certain things, and then even supplements, because you know a lot of the fruit and veg are not got the things in them, which goes back to the scriptures where it says he's defiled the earth.
Yeah,
Let's get that.
This is Isaiah chapter 24, verse, the point is in 5. Let me start from 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
You can do a whole series of videos on that scripture. The earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. You can do series of that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, everything's defiled, man. Morally, everything's defiled. The food, everything's defiled, man. You know what I'm saying? They're poisoning people's food, man. There's all types of reports, and they put it in the Daily Mail and that. They put it in the Daily Mail. They put it in all of that. They put it in the newspapers, and they're talking about, oh yeah, by the way, there's harsh metals in that water, or the water's got this chemical in it. Oh, by the way, this cereal was giving people fucking brain damage. That's out there, and that's in public. That's in public reports, man. They got that in public reports, and there's a whole bunch of them. Now, sometimes you try and Google them, and you can't find them, but they're there. You know, that certain products and stuff like that are actually like poisoning people, brain damage, Alzheimer's, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Messing with their blood and all that. So the earth's defiled, and we know through the scriptures. Let's get the medicines in the earth.
Okay.
Scriptures talks about. You know where it's at, right?
Yeah, there's 2. I'll get the one that let me get this one.
I got my precept, man. He's high in them precepts. I'd have to use the Urim too and kind of like, you know, type it in, because I know where it's at, but I don't, you know, I know where it, and you know what I'm saying, it's in the Apocrypha, and I'd have to, you know.
This is Sirach chapter 38, verse, straight to the point.
Now you can read it. You can read it both.
Verse 1. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him, for the Lord have created him.
So you're supposed to hold in esteem, you know, the healers, you know, because you know that's what, you know, because look, this world's full of death, rotting, and disease. And by the way, in the kingdom, we ain't gonna be like that, because we're not gonna sin. That's a whole other topic. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be like immortal. We're not gonna. These bodies die and rot any motherfucking way. So you got pills and supplements just to keep you going. You know, just to keep your engine. You know, it's like a car. Eventually, the car gets enough miles. That car, it's a write-off, man. Our bodies are like that. Our bodies are like a car. You put in the diesel, that's the food you're eating. Now, if you put in the wrong fucking petrol, if it's a diesel and you put petrol in, you're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
It's gonna fuck up.
Yeah.
Well, that's just like us. You put the wrong thing in the body, then poisons you. You're ill. You know what I'm saying? But what Esau's done is put like low levels of poison in the food, so you keep eating it, and then eventually that's fucked up. So
Yeah.
eventually you think you're fine, and so you're slowing down. Eventually, you're like, oh yeah, and then eventually you fucked. Oh, I got a headache and that. This is fucking bullshit, man.
So poison.
Carry on, huh?
For of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the King.
Of the Most High cometh healing, man. The Most High heals as well, so the Most High can put demons on you to make you ill. Because we're battling demons anyway. This is a movie, so we're supposed to be battling demons anyway. But guess what? You got a problem. You can put, rub the aloe vera, whatever, rub the witch hazel, because that's supposed to be like an antiseptic, witch hazel and that. People that say that it's supposed to use it if you got piles and shit. You got different things. Or you could rub anything, aloe vera and stuff like that. But guess what? If you don't pray to the Most High, guess what? It ain't gonna work. And you got loads of herbs out there, man. They got all these names and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Different ways you can make them.
Right.
Different effects.
Yeah, you got different herbs that you put them together. I think they call it synergy. So they actually fuse together and work together because they kind of do the same thing. Then you got herbs that like you use, and like one might be how can I explain this? One might be a sedative, calms you down. One might be a stimulant. But that's like with herbs. That's like herbs for different reasons. I give you an example, coffee. They say coffee's like, you got natural ways to have coffee. It's a stimulant. But then you could take something that's doing the opposite to coffee. That's you want sleep. So they don't work together. You know what I'm saying? People might say, you're talking about, no, I'm talking about herbs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or you talking about, and I give a good example. You got, because the scoffers out there, oh, he's talking about fucking, you know what I'm saying? Ecstasy pills or something. No, I'm not talking about that. You got natural stimulants, coffee, I think maca powder. Maca powder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you got different types of that. Red maca, yellow maca, black maca and all that. They have different, when you look into it, it's got different things. It affects the genders differently. It affects women differently, different body types and different functions and organs.
And they'll say, oh, take this. You see, this is Esau's medical shit. Or they always say, take this small ass dose. What if the dude's fucking 6'5" and he's got weight on him? That little dose, he's gonna have to take more. Because it actually goes by your weight and shit, man. And your height and all that. Come on, man. Read on that.
The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration.
Read that part again.
The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration.
There you go. But you go to these doctors now. What doctors do you respect? You don't respect no doctors, man.
Yeah.
The only time someone respects a doctor is, oh yeah, he gives me the pills. That's about it. But you don't you're not helping nobody out here, man. And that whole pharmaceutical thing, I mean, that goes deep. Because the symbol that they're using for the doctors is the caduceus, right? And that caduceus symbol, that goes back to Hermes, man. Which I think Hermes in Rome was Jupiter. If I'm not mistaken, it was one of them. Or it was either Jupiter or Mars. I think it was Jupiter or something, or Mars. One of them. I don't think it was Mars. It wasn't Mars. It was Jupiter or something. But in Greek, it was, and it had the caduceus, right, which is the
Mercury.
Okay, Mercury. For what? It was Mercury. See, that's just, you know what I'm saying, man. You need them Levite researchers, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Neptune, you got Pluto, you got all this. But I knew it was like Jupiter, Mercury. Then. So that's the symbol that he had was the caduceus, which is the serpent's going around the staff. That's the symbol, the healing symbol they use for the doctors, NHS and all this shit. But that symbol, the caduceus. You got the Asclepius and you got the caduceus, right? But anyway, that symbol, it really when you go deeper, it goes back to when Moses lifted up the staff and with the serpent on it. That's where they got it from. But they twisted it and they're using it for sorcery and power.
As the devil does.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's actually where that comes from. The staff with the serpents on it was when the scripture says, you know, lift up the serpent, and we'll actually read that. We can read that if you finish with that.
A bit more on it.
Read a bit more of that, then we'll get that.
Okay. The Lord, this is the point. The Lord have created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to, like, you know, oh, the herbs don't work. Well, guess what? You know what, man? I'm gonna be honest. Like, the earth is not wielding its full strength, so it's cursed. So in the ancient world, it took 2 men to carry a cluster of grapes. So guess what, man? You might take certain herbs and it's not going to completely. Maybe you might have to hire the dose, or maybe you might have to experiment with some other herbs, man, because you got different herbs that do the same thing, and they synergize each other and stuff. You know, depending on what you might have anxiety, you might take St. John's Wort. You know, sell that in Holland and Barrett's. You know, you might have, I don't know, man. You can take like black seed oil, black currants, and you know they got different things, and they put them together with other stuff, or they crush things in tablets. You know, you got a lot of stuff. I'm just trying to remember what I can't even remember right now, man. There's so much herbs out there. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah. So you gotta try and pray as well. You know what I mean? Now when Esau and his medical thing, what he does is studies the herbs and then makes a synthetic, strong version of it, which is not natural. Then he puts it in you, so you get the effect, like a painkiller, and you feel good, but it's got all these side effects. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. You know? He studies the herbs to get that, but he, you know, makes a synthetic version and shit. But it don't actually cure the problem. You know, that's the thing. It won't cure it, it just masks it, basically. You know? Herbs can actually cure and reverse your viruses and shit like that. Yeah. Hey, I don't even want to talk. We're going to read that scripture, but I don't want to talk about that stabbing jab. Look what happened with that.
Yeah, people are messed up to this day.
People now they admitted, you know what? They admitted on the news and everything that it wasn't really. We didn't really test it. You know, the effects. So if you took that, you messed up, man. Yeah. You know, you're gonna have problems.
Yeah.
People dying and all that. But that was a test. That was a test, man. Yes. So because soon they're gonna come and present that RFID, man. So we're gonna see what you're gonna do.
I had a quick one.
Go ahead.
And then I've got the Moses. Job chapter 13 verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value.
Physicians of no value, man. Forgers of lies and physicians of no. The whole system's a scam. They want people sick. It's for the New World Order. It's for satanic agenda, a death agenda, order of chaos. They want a death agenda, man. They want people dead, sick, on drugs. Do you know that these drugs, right, that people are on, they were legal? They were legal from America, man. They put people on crack, heroin, all of that, and then they made it illegal. So now everyone's hooked on it because they was telling them it was good. So you go to the doctors, oh, you got pain, take this. Now people are getting withdrawals, but it's a ban now. Where are they going to get it from? The black market. Who's making money off the black market? The governments, man. They just made it illegal so now they can make money off it. Because if it wasn't illegal, then basically they wouldn't be able to do it. Everyone would be able to, it's like, you know, everyone would be able to do it, man. And they don't want that. They don't want other people to make money. You know? So basically, if someone tries to make money off it illegally, they can get arrested. You get your ass locked up. But the government did all that. And you don't see the people. The people behind all these drugs is your secret service agents. They're behind the drugs, and a lot of these cartel lads have got links with the FBI, the CIA, the MI5, the MI6. Facts. Let's just be honest with it, man. A lot of you dudes, a lot of you paramilitary, a lot of you guys are linked in with it. A lot of you are cops, ex-army, a lot of you are dodgy as hell. Let's be honest, man. Let's just come out raw. Let's come out real with it, man. You know, we ain't fucking sugarcoating anything anymore. You know, if we have been, I don't think we have been, but we're gonna go raw. Fuck it. You dudes are working with the government, man. It's all in a death agenda. You don't give a fuck, and they make all this money. They're living in mansions, and a lot of them are homosexuals too. Yeah. Okay.
I had that, Moses.
Go ahead.
This is Numbers chapter 21, verse. I'll start from 6. And the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and much people of Israel died.
So the Most High sent serpent. The Most High, man, if you don't honor the Most High, man, Yahweh, Basham Yahweh Shai, he can do all sorts to your ass. He can make foxes come out and tear you apart. He can make a wind blow you off a mountain, man. You know what I'm saying? He can make the car just flip over, man. This is the Lord's realm, and people think this is not like it's a video game. That life's just like you just having fun. They don't understand that you're actually being watched. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You actually the air's open, so you like there's nothing there. You feel like there's nothing there. No, you're actually being watched. It's like a play, and you're being watched, man. But the difference is you can't see the audience. You know what I'm saying? It's like the rehearsals.
Yeah.
And there's no audience there. You're just doing stuff. Hi, my name's Jeff, and all this.
Quick precept.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place,
Woo!
beholding the evil and the good.
Oh, so the Lord sees the evil and the good. So there is good on the earth, but the good is the ones that are repenting. That's it. Because we ain't we're in wicked flesh anyway. But when you're under Yahweh Shai, you're known as the righteous. So they're seeing everything that's going on, man. Yeah. And most of the planet is wicked. Facts, hands down. Most people are wicked. They're just being demons out here. They're not following the law, statutes, and commandments. I don't mean to sound like IUIC and all that, but you following them law, statutes, commandments? Better be following them law, statutes, commandments. They're trying to get black women up and have them wearing dresses and head wraps, every black woman on the planet. That's stupid, man. If you got a bird and she wears jeans, so what? It's there's scriptures where what about, was it Cornelius? His father was a Greek, but his mum was like was it Timothy?
Might have been Timothy.
Could have been Timothy.
Let me just quickly
You get that? So you could have a dude in the truth, but his missus is in the world.
Yeah.
She eats pork, smokes cigarettes. You can get that.
Yeah, Timothy.
So you don't have to try and convert. Now she might get onto some. If you're with her long enough, she's gonna get on something.
Naturally. Yeah.
So naturally, okay, she's gonna get into your spirit. Okay, I'm not gonna eat pork. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do that. But all this, getting them to wear dress and the head wraps and walking around like they're floating. That doesn't even make sense, man. It really just doesn't make sense.
Quick precept.
No, they didn't go, yeah, but that's the laws. Go on, man.
Just a quick precept on
And you know what cuts them is Paul, because Paul, he was going into that how basically you got to let people grow. Don't worry about that law right now. Worry about this law, because you're not, it's a lot to do. Read your precept and then get what you're going to get.
Job chapter 1, verse 7. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto
Satan, going into a heavy one here. Job, Job 1
and
we could read him. I'm sure you can read it from 1.
Yeah, can't.
Yeah, just read the whole
All right.
thing. Then
All right, Job. You know, because I read that the precept, good and beholding the good and evil.
okay, just hit the point and then hit the point.
Can't. Job chapter 1 verse 7. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil?
Yeah, so he was. But you see, now you got to read the whole thing, man. that kind of a scripture, man, is too heavy, man. Go on, read that. We've got to read it.
Right, Job chapter 1 verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job.
And you got people saying he's an Edom. No, you got fucking retards. All right, let's put it like that. Saying that Job is an Edomite, man. Well, you know, all I gotta say is fuck you. That's my response.
Job curses out the Edomites. Job 30.
Oh, right, he did. Oh, right.
He you know, they that are younger than I have me in derision.
Right.
You know?
Well, who's that talking about? They gotta answer that, but they're not gonna say. They're gonna say someone else, man. Like the Horites. What would they say? I'm trying to think of who they would say it is. Some Arabs or something. You know, that's just something that vocab Malone would use. Oh, that's not talking about Esau. That's talking about the Arab tribe, did he? That dude's kind of rap. It's a fucking show you're making. You're a show, bro. You can't even rap, pal, man. You shit. Your lyrics are trash, bro.
Arabs ain't even.
Like, come on. Yeah, go on.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
My goodness.
The Arabs, man, when you check Arabs out, look at like Dubai and all that, for example, right? Which Arab just means mixed anyway. But the Ishmael dwells, he dwells in like tents and deserts and things like that. He don't dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, as it says in Job 30, Obadiah 1. When you look at Esau, look at his system. He's the one, even to this day, in these high-rise skyscrapers and all that. That's, you know, mountain climbing and hiking. That's his spirit.
Even these buildings with the architecture, Roman architecture, it looks like caves. With the pillars and that. It looks like
Stone.
you're walking into a cave. Yeah. Straight out.
Yeah.
So Esau loves them caves. So, but see, that's how we know he's not spiritual. Because Edomites, they love the caves, man. Let's go on.
And it says, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared Yahweh and eschewed evil.
So he did the right things, man. He did what he was supposed to do in the sight of the Most High, man. And that's what we're put on the earth to do. King Solomon said that. So he said the whole purpose of man is to fear the Most High and keep His commandments. That's the whole reason why we're on the planet Earth. You know. Go ahead, bro.
And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters.
Right. Yeah. So he had a lot.
Yeah.
7 sons, 3 daughters. He was getting it in.
Yeah.
Big families. And you know what, people? Nowadays, people don't have big families.
No.
Because of women's liberation, feminism, LGBT, all of this stuff has made people not have big families, man. But if you go back 100 years ago, people were having big families. You go to your grandparents, man. Like my parents and them. We're talking about fucking 10 brothers and sisters on both sides, my dad's and my mom's. Pure brothers and sisters, man.
Same on my side.
You know what I mean?
My dad's side, brothers and sisters, you know.
So
his sisters, one of his brothers died. But yeah.
So they were getting it in.
Yeah. Like,
They were getting it. They were getting it in.
yeah, 7 to 10 kids.
So they obviously wasn't wearing rubbers. I mean, they were just getting it in.
Yeah.
So you know what? There's nothing wrong with having loads of children, man. I mean, obviously in this world right now, but this is how dark the world's got, man. But going into Job having loads of children, man. People had a lot of children.
Yeah.
You got people that you got all the Irish families, 13, 15 kids, man, from just the one mom and all this, just one couple, 13, 15 kids. So that's righteous. You know what I'm saying? Then you got fucking Bill Gates talking about oh yeah, man, there's too much people on the planet, man. Someone like that, and that's why. And you know what? Bill Gates got a fucking pie thrown in his face, man, because he's a clown. No, you know, come on, you're gonna really sit there listening to Bill Gates. You know, you're gonna be in a forum, you're gonna be in the hall. I got the hall. You're gonna just be sitting there. That someone like that's gonna get chipped.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep. And it says, his substance also was 7,000 sheep. Wow. And three.
So he had it made, man, and it's wealth, real wealth is the land and resources, man. You know.
Hello.
Hello, how you
Right.
doing, man? He wants to say hello or something, I guess, eh? He's alright,
You're
can I
filming, come on.
stroke him?
Yeah, you can.
Uh,
Don't look at peace.
Thanks, man. Go on, man.
Quick precept.
Go on.
Genesis 13 and 2. And Abraham was rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold.
That's what makes you wealthy, man. Resources. Because like someone might get mad and say, okay, let's say it like this. I wake up, I've got a farm, I can eat straight out.
Yeah.
They're gonna breed, they're gonna reproduce. Okay, you might have to feed them. Oh, you need money to feed them. Okay, but you can, you know, you're still better off than somebody that is dealing with FRNs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Facts. You got resources. You got the land. That's you got the land. You don't need that. You got the land and the animals. You're good. You don't need FRNs.
Yeah.
You know, you got gold and silver. That's precious metals. You know that those are precious metals, and you can use gold and silver for all type. Or even these stones. We got amethyst done right now. We don't have to talk about all that because all of that gets like it can go all over the place. You know what I mean? And it can go all over the place right there. But amethyst is one of them stones that is like for your mind. It's like, but anyway, like you can use these things, gold, to put gold and so in like phones or computers and that.
Yeah, they got it in phones.
In phones, like, you know what I mean? They used to like they use
Computers. Yeah.
quartz and these things. So these things that we're talking about here are precious. They can use the conductors, conduct electricity and stuff like that. They're useful, man.
Yeah.
Precious, you know.
And even Oda, what you said about the animals, going back to Job having many kids.
Right.
Animals have many, They might have a
Oh,
litter
yeah.
of, like when sheep have, usually sheep, more often they have two. When it's lambing season, they'll have two, sometimes even three, sometimes one. Different animals have different, different animals have different cats, get called a litter, So
yeah.
you're gonna get a renewable if it's sheep, for example, you have one sheep and it has 2 lambs or 3 lambs, you've got a renewable resource that's multiplying, back in Job 1 and 3, his substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she-asses, and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East.
So he had it made. He had loads of resources, loads of sheep, cattle, all the stuff that he said that he had, and that made him wealthy, man. Everybody needs to eat, don't they? Go ahead.
And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day,
Go ahead.
and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all.
Mm-hmm.
For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. Now there was a day.
If I think I know what I was talking about, it's funny because before Yahushua come on the scene, you had to still do them sacrifices, man. for your sins and stuff like that. You know, before Yahushua, when Yahushua come on the scene, that stopped. Because even when Yahushua was on the scene, people were still doing it, and even showing that you don't have to do that anymore. A lot of them wicked scribes and Pharisees were still doing them burnt offerings, man.
I got a quick precept. Yeah. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 12. But this man, after he had offered one sacrifice for sins forever, sat down on the right hand of Yahweh. You know, I'll read it again. Let's break it down.
Oh yeah, break it down.
Yeah.
Daydream.
Yeah, man. So, hey, just to back up the elder's point, man, it says what? After he had offered one sacrifice for sins forever, he sat down on the right hand of Yahweh, meaning what? Yahweh Shah was that perfect lamb, that ultimate sacrifice, man. You know, and he went up on that cross, he died, you know, for the sins of Israel, beginning with the elect. Back in Job chapter 1, verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before Yahweh Yahushai, and Satan came also among them. Fuck out some Christians.
Yeah, how they gonna deal with that scripture, man?
Right.
So the Most High is there, the angels, and obviously demons too, and Satan came. You know, he's the top demon. He's like, you know, you got a rank, so he's the top head of the demons. So he came. Oh, there's Satan. So he's come before, you know, before the Most High, man. So it's saying, you could make it like, if you put that in like a Marvel, it would be that there would be a demon, there would be a council, the Most High would be there, and the demon would actually go before the Most High, like, you know, not in beef, you know, as a servant. So how can you Christians not get that? Or what, you know, how, see what then they'll say, oh no, that's theoretic. It's theoretic, man, or whatever they would say. Or symbolic. Come on, man. Go on, man.
And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
From going to and fro in the earth, man. From going to and fro in the earth. So we all know what that means. That means the spirits are out there. And I'll never forget that movie, the Exorcism of Michael King. I found that movie one of my favorite movies, man. I might do a video on it again if I get the time, you know. I ain't kind of like done as much videos this week, man, but it's a lot, man. Been going through some shit, you know. So, but I'll try and, you know, whatever, it's through the spirit. But I'll try and do a video on that. That's a bad film, man. Yeah. There's a part in that where he visits these you know, demology people, and they say, why can't I contact the angels? Yeah, you know, he's just scoffing about everything. He didn't believe in any spirits, angels, demons. Just said, why can't I get angels? Why is it always demons that you're telling me? Then I said, well, because they're hard to contact. You can't get in contact with them. They don't, you know. But the demons, you know, they're ready to play. That's how you know you're in Satan's world, man. You know. That's why the scripture talks about arm yourself against these spirits in what is it, Ephesians? Yeah. Because they're out here to play. Now, can when someone does a ritual like a witch, can the angel come down? Yeah, of course. You know, look at what happened with the witch at Endor. She summoned Samuel himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it can happen. You know.
Quick precept. I had more, but a quick one.
Go ahead.
1 Kings chapter 22, verse 19. And he said, hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven standing by him on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and
So go into it,
yeah.
break them parts down.
So the elder said that you got people out there scoffing. Well, that's theoretical, like the Satan and all that. Well, this prophet, I believe it's Micah, if I'm saying it, yeah, Micah, he actually saw the Lord allow him to see that up in the heavens, man, the Lord's got a council. He's got the angels on the right hand side and he's got the angels on the left hand side. The left hand side being what? Demons. Okay, but they're still serving the whatever Yahweh, the Lord tells them to do. Yahweh Shema Shai tells them to do. So this is another precept on that. I'll read it again. Hear thou therefore the word of the Lord. I saw the Lord sitting on his throne, the Lord sitting on a throne up in heaven, and all the host of heaven, the angels, standing by him on his right hand and on his left. Okay. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. So there was a council. There's a whole council. See, people don't realize there's a whole council happening up in the heavens on your ass, man.
Yeah, bets.
Yeah.
Bets, man.
Yeah.
Well, that bet, who can tempt my servant Job? That was can you try him? Do you think that you got it? What it takes? That was a straight out bet.
Yeah.
The most I can make bets. So there's something wrong with betting? There's nothing wrong with betting, right?
What's
The most I makes bets.
yeah.
To the spirits, like, hey, do you think you can do that? The most I already knows the outcome, but the angels don't. So he's like, well, we'll try it. Well, I'll try it then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got bets going on.
Yeah.
Oh man.
He said one said on this manner and another said on that manner. So they were having a council. Me, but I'll do it this way. I don't really know about that.
Right.
Is that what you want to do?
Right.
What do you think? But I'll do it this way. And they came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, and the Lord's about to seal it. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
So in that particular case, the angels were all talking about which way they want to get this dude. And one of them, he had the right, like he was the right person for the job. He was the right spirit. And he said, I'm going to be a lying spirit in that dude's mouth. So sometimes, man, like these pork chop eating pastors, TD Jakes, these mega churches, they got spirits on them. They got some of these spirits you're reading about, man. Around these guys,
yeah,
they're around these guys, man.
Yeah.
And they never even bring out these scriptures that proves that they are the demons, man. How can you be armed against the spirits if you're not even really breaking down what these spirits are and how to fight them and how they actually operate, how the Lord operates? They don't even know because the spirits are on their ass in them churches, howling and all that, banging the altar and all that. God, and all that, and it looks like they're having epileptic fits, man, in them plantation Christian churches. I'm talking about you black churches too, man. By the way, we ain't black, we're Israelites with different shades of brown. But we're gonna call you people black people anyway. You fucking niggas in them churches, man. You're sitting there doing backflips, cartwheels, all sorts. There's videos on it, man. You look crazy, man. It's insane, man. Like, what the hell are you playing at, pal? Let's read on, man.
Now therefore, behold, the Lord hath put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord hath spoken evil concerning thee. And Ahab was going off. He was the king of Israel, and he was wicked, man. So the Lord considered speaking evil concerning him. He got his prophets to make him go up to that battle, man, and he got messed up.
Yep.
Back in Job, actually, I got a quick precept. This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Yahweh Shai. do
It's
all
like
these
I'm getting a
things.
bit carried, keep getting carried. I get carried away sometimes. Man. I feel like, go on, bro.
Yeah.
You got it, man. What you do?
So,
you
hey,
just
man,
carried away.
see, people think think they know God, right? They think they know the Supreme Yahweh Shai, but they try and put him into a box. Okay, God is all love or whatever. That's that mantra that Christians say. But we read it here. The Lord forms the light and creates darkness. He's above all that. Okay, He makes peace and creates evil. I Yahweh Shai do all these things as it is written, man. Okay. So the Lord does have counsels, man. The Lord sends vengeful spirits on people. Okay, when someone dies, when someone's running, and there might be just a dog somewhere, right? And the dog's doing nothing. All of a sudden, the dog just starts getting rabid, runs after him, starts biting him, and the guy's getting an infection. Then he's in the hospital, and then he dies on the way there in an ambulance. You know who sanctioned that? The Lord.
You know what? These Jakes have got, and it's a new term that they use. Demon time, I'm on demon time.
I heard that, yeah.
Well, they are on demon. They got
Yeah.
tracks about it. You are. Then you are. They know. You're on demon time. I mean, them spirits, like you said, even a spirit could jump on a dog. You're walking down the street, the demon gets possessed. The dog's acting like a fucking lunatic, man.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, all that the Most High is snatching people's souls back to the spirit realm. Anyway, that's all that's happening. But let's go back into some of these prophecies.
Fine. All right.
We can read. What was it? Revelations 15 or 14? 15? 14.
14. Come. This is Revelation chapter 14. Do you want it from the point or from about the chip?
Want the whole thing?
The whole thing. Revelation 14:1. And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads.
Break that down, man.
So, hey, what's the father's name? Yahweh. Okay, Yahweh Shemel Shai. And that name has been given unto the Lord's elect. That 144,000 is talking about is the governing body of the elect, the prophets. Okay? You know, and then the Lord has an order and a structure of how, how his kingdom is going to be established, man. Okay? So the 144,000 having the father's name written in their foreheads. A precept to that is Ezekiel 9:4, them that sigh and cry.
Yeah, there's actually order in this for men. You got your Yahushua, you got Peter and the 12. You got your Yahushua and the 12, should I say? You got Peter in there, John. Certain men, key men. Out here teaching, right? Key spirits. So, that's what it is. So you got then you got the 12 gates. There's certain things meant. You got the 12 gates for the 12 tribes. The Lord's dealing with pure order, man. That's what he's dealing with. Order. Go on.
And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, and a voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps, which represents the truth. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth.
That's so everybody can't get in tune with it. The spirit ain't dealing with them. The spirit of the Lord is not on them, so they're just not alert. They're clueless. You have the spirit of the Lord has to activate you to believe, have faith. You have to even to believe in this, to have faith in what's really good, in the higher power, in the Most High. If you don't believe in the Most High, you're just gonna be doing anything out here, like in a video game, man, walking into walls, trashing shops, eating anything that you're just walking, doing stuff in the game, man. No, but we believe in the Most High. Okay, go ahead, bro.
I had a couple of precepts off of that.
Yep.
Let me just quickly. So I'll start with Hebrews 4:2. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
Not being mixed with faith. Go on, break it down.
So when you read Ephesians, I believe it's the 2nd chapter and the 8th verse, it tells you that faith is a gift. So faith, the faith to believe in Yahweh Shema Shai and these words, the Holy Spirit, ain't like dealing with you, ain't given to everybody, man. It's a gift. So those that they can hear the word, you know, they can sit there. People come up all the time. They might hear the words that you're saying, but do they have the ingredient, the substance of faith, that hope, to believe in the words that are being said? You know, which the answer is most of the people don't.
No.
All right, I've got 2 more quick precepts.
Go ahead.
Amos chapter 3 verse 7. Surely the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, will do nothing but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. You know?
That's why we're the ones that know what's going on. And part of knowing what's going on is the RFID chip. The RFID chip, the martial law troops, you know, stormtroopers, all that. The blackouts, the grid blackouts, you know, the outbreaks, the diseases, man. You know, if you ain't warning people about that, or mainly the elect, then you got problems, man.
Yeah, you're not going to watch me.
Yeah.
You know, the towers getting besieged, the enemies on the city walls. He's got cannonballs hitting spiritually,
Yeah.
and you're there on the watchtower, and you ain't barking. You know, scriptures talk about dumb dogs, man. You know, you need to be barking, man. Barking is truth.
Should have some Mac part of myself, man. Shit. Fighting in the flesh. Go on.
Matthew 13 and 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he answered and said unto them, this is Yahweh Shai speaking, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. You know? So just to back up the point, precept upon precept, the Lord said it ain't for them, man. Okay, it's for you to get this. You know? And in fact, when the Lord spoke certain parables, what he would do is he would actually go and explain it to the disciples privately.
Privately, yeah.
You know? And if the Lord's revealing the secrets, how is something a secret if everyone knows it? You know?
It's obviously not, is it?
No. Right, so this is back in Revelation 14 and 4. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins.
Yeah, it don't mean they didn't have sex with women. It just means that they didn't take on the philosophies, man. You know, it represents philosophies.
That's right.
And we know, we've got many examples of that. You know, how it's not talking about actual women, because most of the prophets, they had wives and shit. They were popping women.
Yeah, Peter had a wife, yeah.
You know what I mean? So of course, the elect are gonna be, you know, wasn't talking about that. Go on, that.
Yep. Quick precept. This
Yep.
is Romans 11 and 4. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
Right.
You know? Reserved, man. That's an example of not being defiled. You know? Not bowing to the image of Baal. And the Lord has got the elect in this day that is not going to bow to the image of the beast.
Well, today they're doing it in all these different forms, man.
Yeah.
They're worshiping all, plantation Christianity. That's by house, rappers, cryptus. That's completely off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Verse back in.
So rappers, cryptus and shit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, most people, are going to these Sikh temples or Muslim temples. You know, they're all temples.
Yeah.
And they're all pagan.
Yeah.
When you check them out, nothing you can say else otherwise than that. Go ahead, man.
Right back in verse 4 in Revelation 14. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto Yahweh and to the Lamb.
Thank you, Lamb, bro.
So, hey, you know, the elect, you know, the scriptures talk about predestinate, and the Lord predestinated and foreknew, man. Okay, the elect have been redeemed from among men. So, you know, men upon the earth, okay, but the elect are going to be redeemed out of that, man. Okay, literally, the Lord's going to come and actually save us. You know, I say us humbly, we have the hope for the elect. The Lord's going to save his elect, man. Literally, you know, and it starts with this word. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God.
And that's what we're working for, right?
Right.
We're laboring for that. So the more you do, everything we're doing, teaching this word, that's righteous works being built up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's righteous works being built up, and the Lord's given us the eyes to open to see this, because most people can't see it, man. The scriptures understand this, what thou readest. I think that's in Proverbs. I think like 4 and 7, something like that.
There's one in Acts 8 with the Ethiopian eunuch.
Yeah, because he was like, he needed, I was thinking about
he didn't understand Isaiah. I think Philip was, yep. Verse 6. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation and kindred and tongue and people. Why? Because you got Israelites scattered all around, man. You know? Saying with a loud voice, fear Yahweh Shai and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters.
So there is going to be a time when everything's going to come to an abrupt end. You know, you got your cars, you won't be able to drive them cars. And even in that blackout show, they were showing that people were robbing people's petrol to put in their car. The petrol stations, they had no petrol in them. There was vans blowing up there, they were tipped upside down. It was chaos. You know, so people were like robbing people's petrol from their houses and shit, or funneling it from someone else's car and all sorts. That's what's gonna happen when things get, you know, it gets medieval out here. You know, it's gonna be all out chaos, man. And we keep saying it, but you wait and fucking see. Now, what Cruiser can do, it was a lot now. They got everyone's ass in the house.
Yeah. Remember they were arresting that guy? What was it? Was it a Liverpool guy? There was a video of him because apparently he broke the rule, and then they went into his house, and the coppers would arrest him and all that.
Yeah. I remember that.
Verse 8, back in Revelation 14 and 8. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. You know, which is talking about his philosophies, man. Okay, homosexuality, democracy, all these things are being pushed upon the nations. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, Yahweh Shai, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. You know? Was talking about the destruction, man. He said in the presence of the of the Lamb and the angels, because
Yeah,
You're gonna-
they're gonna be there. They're gonna be there in the same chariot, when everything's getting zapped. They're gonna be there anyway when they come down in the ships, zapping people. They're gonna be there.
That's right. That's right. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
Yeah. Because, hey, that destruction, man, the main destruction is going to be over there in America, man. Okay? And you people over there that take that, you're going to get smoked with that fire, man. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai. And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Lord from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them.
Yeah.
Got precept on that.
So basically, when everything you do on the planet, you'll go before the judgment seat, man. You go before the judgment seat of the Most High. This guy will keep catching on the thing, bro. You go before the judgment seat of the Most High, and then and guess what? The scripture says what? The spirit of the prophets is subject unto the prophets. So the righteous prophets are gonna come back in their lap.
Yeah.
And everything happens in your life that led you to the point where you're at, man. Everything that happened.
Man's guns of the Lord.
Right.
Yeah. Verse 14. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. Talking about that, like the elder was saying, that ship, man. The Lord's coming in that gigantic ship, spoken of in 2nd Ezra 13. That's what it's talking about when it says, behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud, one sat like unto the Son of Man.
Yeah. Because those not going to be on the actual cloud, man. These Christians need to get it together.
Yeah,
Even Edomites and Amaleks have wrote books on UFOs in the Bible.
Yeah.
When you read Ezekiel, it clearly says a wheel within a wheel.
Yeah.
It's a mystical thing. It's not a fucking cloud, man. The Hoshai is going to be sitting on one of these puffs of smoke. That's a fucking lie.
Yeah. Quick one on that.
Bring it.
Psalms 104 verse 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. So sometimes it mentions clouds, talking about chariots, man. Or in the time of Egypt, a pillar of, what was it?
Pillar by day, fire by night.
Khan.
Because in the night time, because it was dark,
Yeah.
it would light up,
Khan.
So it was like a glowing, fiery ball, man, object.
Khan.
And I remember, man, when I first come into truth, man, there was some geezer and I don't know how it happened, but he found out what I was doing. But I went to his house and he was saying that he's interested in this stuff. Found out I think his dad was a mason or something. What's the Jake? Because there's an Egyptian sarcophagus in the house.
Okay.
So it's painted up. But he was on that and he was telling me he sees these chariots. He said, what? He said, what are they? I seen your video, blah, 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 blah. So I told him. I went in the back garden, man. Not under, we was there for like a minute or 2 minutes. A big, giant, glowing orb just shot past.
Yeah, there you go.
Like it was massive and it was like a shooting star.
Yeah.
But nowhere, it was going up.
Yeah.
And he told me about it. I was like, come on, I'm not going to just come to your house. And just because you said you seen one the other day. But it happened as soon as I went in the back garden. It didn't take 2 minutes.
Right. Spirit. Wow. Yeah. They're all around. Back in Revelation 14 and 15. And another angel came out of the temple,
Hey guys.
How you doing, pal? You alright, man?
Very good. How are you?
Not too bad.
crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe. That reminds me of the the parable of the wheats and the tares.
Yeah,
You know, at the end, man.
He's gonna get messed up.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
that's right. And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped.
This is why this is all about Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Because when he comes down, he's gonna be straightening things out.
Yeah.
You know. You're gonna have people that are gonna get put in captivity. You know what I mean? You're gonna have white, like other Israelites from other nations that are Jakes. They're gonna be all right. They might be watching videos now. You're gonna have all sorts going on, and the Lord and the angels are gonna do this separating. Then you're gonna get people he's gonna put in captivity, people he's gonna kill. Like them two people that crucified him. He said they're the first people he's getting.
Yeah.
So whoever they are, you know, they got like the apostles say, they got to be some top general or something in America, someone significant. You know.
Showing you there's reincarnation.
So we don't know who they are, but they're out here, man. You know.
Back in Revelation 14 and 18. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the wine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. So basically the Lord's going to destroy this place, man. Okay? You know, he's going to take out Esau and you know, save his elect, man. And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth and gathered the vine of the earth and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress even unto the horse bridles by the space of 1,600 furlongs. Yeah, that was it on Revelation 14. Quick precept.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it.
Jacob's trouble.
You know, and the elder mentioned earlier, you got blackouts, you got turmoil, you got people, you know, there's all kinds of chaos happening on the earth. Okay, and pretty much what's going on is pretty much, man.
Well, the elect are going to be saved out of the chaos.
Yeah, he shall be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he shall be saved out of it.
Well, let's get Job 5. And then was it 18?
This is Job chapter 5, verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
And it's going to go into a lot of the troubles that we're going to get delivered from. Famines and things of that nature, things that they're doing, things that they're pushing to fuck people up out here. Go ahead.
In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword.
Right.
That reminds me of a scripture. Quick precept on that.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is because it said, what? In famine redeem thee from the death.
Death.
Isaiah 65 and 13. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Shai, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant, the point is that the Lord's servants, ones that are serving him, are going to be all right, man.
Mhm.
You know, they're going to be okay. They're going to be looked after. You know, and
However it happens,
can't.
you know.
Can't. Oh, the scriptures say the Lord is a very present help in time of trouble.
And another thing that's been said is that by the apostles is that you might have to be homeless. So you got to be prepared for that. You know? What's going on?
People keep calling me.
People are calling you.
Like continuously, unknown numbers. Don't matter, I'll deal with it later.
Serious?
Yeah.
Who was it? Did you answer it?
Nah, they said left a voicemail. Right, okay. It's my neighbor. Alright.
You know who it is?
Yeah, I know it is, yeah.
Okay.
It's cool.
Everything good?
Don't know. I have to find out. I'll send a message. You know.
There might be something going on up at your spot, is it?
Yeah, it's to do with they're doing gas works in my area and all that.
Okay,
He said it's to do with
you might have to check what's going on. Once you want to check it. Is it important?
I don't know why he's calling me.
Where's my other phone? Can't even read. You got the reverses on you.
Yeah, I've got the.
Let me. I'm kind of messed up right now, but I'm trying to solve this. It's just one of them days. If you wanna check that out, it's important. And not just do it.
I'll do it really quick.
Yeah, can. Yeah, so like we're saying, man, pretty much, there's going to be all types of chaos going on out here, and that's a good time to read. What's that? The book of Second Esdras. Because there's been blackouts and things of that nature going on out here, man. So we're reading Second Esdras 15. There's a couple other scriptures we can read. We'll start from 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord power." Right, so the Most High gives us the words to speak, man. We ain't just coming out of our ass. But you gotta be divinely inspired anyway to be able to break the scriptures down, to go into the scriptures, and people ask you, "Oh, what does that mean? What does that mean?" Well, you gotta study, but then the Spirit's gotta be working with you, man. This is a vast spiritual book. It says, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." People have got a problem. Oh, the Bible was written by a man. Well, of course. You tell me a book that wasn't written by a man. Or the Bible was written. That's what the fucking Muslims say. The Bible was written by a man. Will you show me someone right here? Will you show me a book that wasn't written by a man? I don't know if they might say that their text wasn't written, but it was written by God Himself. What text wasn't written by a man? So what kind of argument is that? The Bible was written by a man. Every text is. But the difference is these men were moved by the Holy Spirit, man. Alright, so it says, For fear not the imaginations against thee, for let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, man. Right? For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So the Lord, you got people that got a wrong conception of, the wrong perception, should I say, of the Most High, Yahweh, man. They think it's all candy floss, teddy bears and all that, cuddly Christmas presents. Nah, He's not on that. He's on war, man. Now there are high holy days of celebrating with days, and we always talk about this. The serious assemblies, solemn assemblies, all of that. So sometimes you got to be serious. You can't just be all party. And then you got the Feast of Tabernacles, where you leave your house and you go into booths. think it's the Feast of Tabernacles or something.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So
the roof, yeah.
so that's what you would do. That shows humility, man. Basically, it's like you're camping. You know, just to, more than that. But I'm just saying, it's like, so that spirit of being like camping and being kind of free and wild. That's a beautiful spirit to be in. Because there's actually a high holy day where you have to leave that house and go.
Yeah, with the opulence and
Yeah, the up, yeah,
you know, the comfortabilities.
yeah,
Yeah.
the wine and
The warmth.
the.
So
Hey,
that-
I'm out in Scotland, man. Like I always say it, but that's why it's just us two, because the other brothers are in the south. I'm up here in Scotland with this brother here. I mean, he's not in Scotland. He comes and checks me up here, but he's not far. Not far. He's not even pretty far, but he's not. He's not.
good enough.
But yeah,
Far
yeah,
enough. Yeah.
For what it's
Close
worth.
enough. Yeah.
I mean, it's driving that you got to do in England, even though it's small, it's just weird. But it still takes like a couple hours to get to places, man. But anyway, it was snowing today. Up here, it was all snow, but we're out here, and it rained, so the snow's gone. But it was snowing,
Okay.
It says,
What you feel? So you take it 15.
yeah, go on.
Yeah. From verse 4. It says, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." I shall read 3 again. "Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness.
We done and read that.
Okay. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction."
That's straight out with what it is. That's real. Plagues upon the world, man. So you gotta be serious, man. You gotta be serious. You gotta be thinking. I mean, I don't mean to, just throw, but you gotta be thinking like the MI5 or some shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like in a warrior's mentality. They're like that serious. This joyful, playful spirit is gonna get people killed, because the Most High is gonna turn this place into chaos. There's gonna be chaos, and you can and he's doing it through who? Through the government, man. Let's talk about that. You elites, your Rothschilds, your Rockefellers, your elites, your Illuminati. They call it Order of Chaos. That's what they call it, man. Order of Chaos, man. They've got all sorts of things that they're saying on it that proves that that's what they want. The chaos and that. You're not on it, pal. Send me up. How you doing, man? You alright, pal?
Let's go.
So this,
John, you'll be really open.
he's excited, man. The camera's on, So they're gonna push that order of KO and all of that stuff, so but they got it planned.
Yeah.
But they don't really know what to do, man.
Good precept.
They don't know what to do. They're trialing things out. They tried the stab and jab, and then they said, "Oh, let's see how people react." A lot of people rebelled against it. And they said, "Okay, we're gonna try this." It's got quiet a bit now. Now they're talking about blackouts. They're slowly bringing out the food, man. They're trying what they can, because the bottom line is, the NWO is gonna fail. So you said you got a precept, right?
Yeah. This is two quick ones. This is Micah chapter 2 verse 1. "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds." Let me read that again. "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Mm-hmm.
When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand."
Go into that.
So, these elites, they're devising iniquity, man. You know, they do research. They look into things and okay, how are we gonna do wickedness? How are we gonna oppress the people? How are we gonna get more control?
Right.
How are we gonna destroy the Israelites? You know. And because it is not, the scriptures say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The power is being given to them to do that right now. They're the sword of the Lord, man. You know. But soon, you know, they're only going to be able to go to a certain point. But soon, they ain't going to be able to. They're going to be destroyed, man. You know. But right now, they're doing all that. They're looking into. Okay, should we do it this way? Should do it that way?
Remember that Simpsons episode, Apostle Bar? You know, he did a video on it, and at the table and at the different cards,
Oh yeah.
different methods of order of chaos, what they would do. You know, but what you find in a lot of these movies, outbreak, even Doomsday, they always got a disease outbreak, man. So they're heavy on that, and they're still talking about the thing that happened, and they got more diseases, so they're on using disease outbreak. We're gonna push more of that. They said it. WHO, Bill Gates, all these fucking idiots, man. Okay,
Sure.
they all said it. Oh, and in the next pandemics, with stupid smiles on his face, man. And you got people sitting there, it's going over their head. Go on, man.
Another quick one. This is Psalm 64, verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
So it's all secret. They'll have a Bilderberg meeting. They'll have, top certain people go there. It's the armed guards there, man. You can't get around it. You know, Bilderberg meetings, and all types of different meetings that they got. And that's where they're pushing their wickedness, man. And who sees them? You can't get involved. Even in Parliament, they're not allowed to speak. If one member of Parliament in England goes to the Bilderberg meeting, he's not allowed to mention anything that they spoke about to the members of Parliament in England, man. Shows you that these people are all controlled. You know, I remember one of them asking, and everyone was laughing because you can't get that information. I think it was Ken Booth, man. Carry on.
They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Yeah, it's deep. So they're really on this. They study the human brain. They cut people open. They cut animals open. They test chemicals on people. They got radiation weapons. You know what I mean? They do social studies. A lot of these environments are social studies, cramming people together in cities. People that tend to fucking start, and they're all poor, they tend to start cracking each other's heads, man. The vibration of the place is dark, the way it's built, these mountains, caves, it's gloomy, man. So that's how you know. It's all set up that way, man.
Should I work here or there?
There you go where you want, man.
Oh, sorry.
No, don't worry
I
about it.
thought you were filming the street. I'm so sorry, man.
Why would we film the street, pal? I don't get it. Why would we film in the street? I don't get that. Anyway, go on.
Back in 2nd Ezra 15, verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled.
So the whole earth is under a spell. It is the whole planet Earth is under a spell, and the rulers of the world are let's be honest. Let's just be real. They're sorcerers, man, and they're smart. And you know what? They got smart Edomites like Teman and that, but you know they make a diligent search. They're into stuff. Yeah. That's why they call themselves the Illuminati, because they're saying that they got deeper information. They got information, but the rest of the people are lab rats. But through the Spirit of the Lord, we've got information, so we know about their plans. We know about the Illuminati. We know what they're involved in. Then we know about the right-hand side of the Most High. We know both sides, the left and the right, and we can understand what's going on. You know. We know what's going on, but they've got everyone ignorant. They don't even know anything. They don't even know about the Most High. They don't know anything.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. A lot of people celebrate Christmas and that Christmas is coming up. They don't even know it's pagan.
Yeah.
They're just celebrating it. They don't even know what it's about. Oh, I'm just used to eating, the turkey ones. Whatever people eat, man. I don't know. I ain't celebrated that shit for years. I don't even remember. I remember we used to have like duck sticks and all this weird shit. Like that. They never really had that where I was at, but they do. I see it getting sold duck sticks in like a brown envelope paste thing. I don't know, man.
All manner of abomination. Verse 7. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. The innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. Reminds me of Abel. And we're continuously complaining. How's the scripture go? Until the Lord establish and make
Jerusalem praising
the earth. That's why we're constantly we're praying, we're watching, we're doing the work, man. We're sighing and crying for the abominations. The elders going into Christmas. You got all kinds of abominations, man. Going back to the Babylonian worship and all of that. People are doing all kinds of manner of them. And after that, and coming up to, people are going to celebrate the New Year, and in April they're going to celebrate it. The fashion of this world
is dark, and they never think. And just to say something quick, they're never thinking about the Most High.
No.
These people don't even pray to Yahweh or Yahweh Shai. They just off on one. Now you fucking plantation Christians, man. Let's not even start anew because they might go uproot. Okay, man. You like Yahweh Shai said today, the heathen woman. He said, you know not what you worship, man. The salvation is of the Jews. Remember that scripture?
Right.
Yeah, man.
Had a quick one.
Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 10, verse 4. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. Yahweh Shemel Shai is not in all his thoughts.
Yeah, so your mind is a very, everything you see, it stores in your brain, and that's why people talk about trauma and all this and experiences people go through. Your brain, pretty much, what you got in your brain, man, is important. That's why they got something called brain food, man. You can exercise your muscles and all that, but what about your brain? Now, if you just got darkness in your brain, man, just like how you're supposed to do, right things for your body. You're supposed to do right things for your brain. But what's that information? Knowledge, understanding. It's crazy, man.
Yep. Back in verse 9. And therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. Which, the Lord's going to avenge his elect, man, That's why Yahweh Shai said, wait ye upon me till I rise to the prey. Right. We're waiting for Yahweh Shai to rescue us from this situation, man,
And what are you reading right now?
2 Kings 15 and 9.
and you know Yahweh Shai is coming in a big chariot, and they show that in these movies, man. War of the Worlds, and you know, War of the Worlds, man. They got a theme. I was watching it, man. The Irish lash showed me, and basically, man, you got fucking end time songs in the War of the Worlds, man. Some dope ass lyrics.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Called like Autumn something. You know what I'm saying? They got like you know, like the soundtracks. They got there's some singer that for War of the Worlds. Autumn. It's called Autumn something. Autumn. Forever Autumn. Some dope ass end times. Fucking, you know what I mean? Lyrics in that shit, man. So, you know, this is real. This is real. This ain't no joke, man. The prophets got these visions, and these movie directors and all that. They know that it's the end time. Esau knows the end times. That's why they talk about the Mayan calendar. You know, the end of the world in the documentaries. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that, dude? I still got to do the video, man. The end of the Matrix. High Rhine hieroglyphics. Conspiracy theories. The faceless man. Wow. Gotta do a video on him, man.
Okay.
Make sure we got the files downloaded, man.
And the same way that these chariots are bringing destruction, they're also bringing salvation too, man, unto the Lord's elect. You know, that's
Beamed up.
yeah.
You know, you got the pictures, you got the chariot, and you got the beam, beam of light, whatever it is. You know, the beam, and you get beamed up, man. However, whatever it is, whether it's pure light, you don't know. You just get beamed. You just go.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen with the elect. Imagine that.
Yeah, man.
That's spooky stuff. Spooky stuff is in the scriptures, man. UFOs, what they call UFOs, are real. And the angels are in them, man. And they're always watching. You read that you know, and you read one, and there's also the one in Amos as well.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the angels are always scouting out everything, and they're gonna beam up the elect.
Right.
Matthew 24 tells you that. First Thessalonians tells you that. So let's finish off with this, and we go into some chariot scriptures, man.
All right. Let's see. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof.
So we're talking about the modern day Egypt. We're talking about the modern day Egypt. Now these Masons, they actually dressed. They got that apron thing. It kind of looks like them Egyptian aprons. But they're all into Egypt, man. They're all into the Thoth religion, that god Thoth, and they're into all that, man. Let's be honest. The Masonic Rosicrucians, they got Egyptian gods in their temples. They're all into that Egypt and the mysticism. They just call it knowledge. But you mean that serpent knowledge of witchcraft? You know, that's what they're talking about. Being able to do spells, basically, man. And summon spirits and, get demonic powers, because it is demonic. Let's get it right. The Most High told you not to do that shit, not to do tarot cards and all that.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You're gonna summon demons, man. And sometimes you start smashing up your fucking house. They'll do more worse than that. Jump on your ass.
That's what I was happening to that Michael King geezer that you mentioned.
Yeah.
He's getting messed
he got
up.
messed up, man.
He was getting messed up, man.
I gotta do a video on that. Telling you.
Okay.
I think I did a short one on it, but I might have done a video on it before. I think I have on the old page, but I'm gonna do another one. Lord willing, this week I might do it spooky. I can't just. It's through the spirit what comes out. But in my mind, I'm like, I might do a spooky video week, man. Chariots, spirit on spirits and stuff. Let's go.
This is Matthew chapter 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. So, destruction. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
Ooh.
It's, the scriptures talk about it's like it says if they say, lo, he is here, believe them not. If he says he's in a hidden place, when the Lord returns, the scriptures say every eye shall see him. It's not going to be like, you got these guys, these false messiahs that come up. Oh, we might have found him on this island here, or that's not the Lord, man. That's just some bug out.
That's a cut. That's a cut. But the scripture talks about false messiahs, man. Fake Jesuses.
The fake of the fake.
Yeah. Well, basically Jesuses, because that Jesuses ain't the Messiah. Jehovah Shai is. So let's call them the Jesuses. Because that's what they want to be anyway.
Yeah.
They got the look, that long hair.
Yeah.
They always try and look like Caesarea.
Yeah.
That's false Christ. Yeah. A false Messiah, a demon, basically. That ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. Nothing to do with the Lord, man. You got fucking Hindu gods doing the same thing, and Hindus walking around Guru Singh, and he's got he's got the long hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They gotta have that long hair look. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To make them, because that just makes him look like he just doesn't care about those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The Lord was,
Yeah, the Lord was rough, man.
Firm, man.
And he had a beard. And ain't nothing wrong with having a big afro or, looking rugged and that. You don't have to, have a level 1 trim. But these dudes have got this long ass, that they're growing it. They got no beard and they grow this long hair. Because it makes, that's the look. Nah, man. But where the fuck, them boys with beard? A lot of them don't even have beards.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't even have beards, man. And if they do, they still look like faggots.
And it says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
And a lot of them, they ain't rough. They ain't living in the woods. Why they got that, man? You could have a Jake that's in the truth, and he lives in the woods, so he looks rough. His beard's all rough. His afros are so rough. And if he's in the spirit, so what? You know what proves that John the Baptist was like that? But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got that spirit. You can have rough men like that rough look, man. Beard, you know what I'm saying? Big bushy beard and all that. That's righteous. But these false Christs, man, walking around weak and all that. Did you need anything?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Can't even walk.
Yeah. So to say austere man.
Yeah.
That's how the Lord was described. The Lord was described as a lion, man.
Yeah.
He didn't mince words. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
Yeah, and you know what's fucked up in this society, man? Even you go back to the 60s, men were rougher, 70s, apostles, everyone will always tell you that, 70s, whatever, But this world's gotten so sissified, man. You gotta be honest. Oh yeah, it's like you can't even be austere with people, man. You gotta supplant so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You just being normal is terrifying to people.
Right.
Like, if it's an offense, let me use that word. Because it's a homosexual society, man.
Yeah, so they want you to, tone right the way down. Okay, so you can, maybe. Nah, man. Fuck that. I ain't on that shit anyway. I don't give a fuck. Let's read that, man.
And they And if I may say,
Go ahead.
the scripture says, "And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn." If it was a pleasant sight, the Lord was just coming back to like a politician to kiss babies and hand out daffodils.
Wow.
Like, then why would the tribes be mourning? Why is everyone afraid? Because when the Lord comes back, you know, like when people see terror, man, you're gonna know when the King of Terrors returns. You're gonna know what terror is.
That chariot's gonna be so big. It's gonna be. What did the Apostle say, man? Like half the size of the planet. That is gonna scare people, man. Come on, like the other dimensions just opened up. Like it's you know what I mean. This object just and it, you know what I mean. And it ain't coming like it's true, like a politician. They got the podium out.
Yeah.
You know, it's all polished. You know what I'm saying? So he's got the suit on the camera, the PR. You know, he's got the hair gel in the right way. And he comes out. You know the PR public speech. He comes out. He walks out the right way, and all that shit. You know, and he comes out, he dresses the people. Guys, people. Hell no, man. Yahushua ain't coming like that, man. He ain't coming like that, man. He's coming with that chariot, and that chariot's gonna block out that sky, man. And that's gonna be scary, man. It's just gonna be there. And you're gonna hear the sound of the trumpet. Everybody on the earth's gonna hear that,
You're gonna
man.
hear the Hebrew come out of her and all that. You know?
Wow.
Oh man.
When you think about it, when you really put it into perspective, man,
Yep.
it's powerful, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Go on, now.
You think the creator of the whole earth is gonna visit the earth that he made?
Yeah, with daffodils and all this, and man, and he's actually gonna be on one of them clouds. Like that's homosexual. Any dude that comes on a cloud with flowers, come on, man, you're gonna be looking at dudes like, bro. You know, there's people that will rob some dude like that, man. They'll rob him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you know, I was thinking about, remember that movie Independence Day?
Right.
And you had all the hippies on the top of the skyscraper, and they were holding the signs like peace and all that. It was soft and all that. Man, that, you know what happened? The chariot opened up, and a laser came out, man, and destroyed them, and destroyed the tower along with them.
What movie was that again?
Independence Day.
Okay.
Yeah. Independence Day with that Will Smith geezer. So, the Lord is that's just a movie, and that's just one man. The Lord's coming, man. I had a quick precept on that.
Read it.
Luke chapter 21, verse 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Because you know what, the Most High, he's coming with power, man. So they're gonna be scared, you know. What's the Most High known as the King of Terrors, man? But people don't believe that. People don't picture that. You know, God, you want to call God, could be like, it could be powerful and terrible. You know what I mean? They don't picture it like that. You know, because they ain't been taught that, number one, and because they can't receive it anyway, because they ain't got faith, man. You know, it takes faith to believe it anyway. You know, they believe in this daffodil kingdom, man. No honeycomb syrup. You know, and that's why, man. That's why I like those. That's why we like those the Eastern European fighters, man. Them dudes are rough. People in the cold and, you know, kind of stoic people training, and you know that's the right mentality, man. Stoic mentality, man. Because stoics is just like, okay, it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, take life as it is, like, for real. Like, the hardship, deal with it. You know? But in this kingdom, everything is daffodils, like we said. You know, comforts, man. Yeah. You know? So, go ahead.
Back in Matthew 24, verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Wow. And he shall say, I've got a precept on that.
Yeah, bring it.
This is Isaiah chapter 63 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Bosra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save.
When you see a chariot, bro, that bugs you out. When you see the so-called UFO, like if you see a giant one sitting over a town, it's gonna bug people out.
Yeah.
That's power. That's power beyond this world. And that's the power. His power's beyond all this. The chariot, like the show with War of the Worlds, Independence Day. Let's say you get this building right here. The chariot will just go and zap it. That's the power. That's power, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. It's just gone. All of that. All the years it took to build it, the demonic presence of it, the spirit, the wickedness, the orgies that's been going on in them buildings, the demonic shit. Just in one minute, 1 second, disintegrated by them angels, man. That's deep, man. You picture it,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, when Israel were being wicked, you had wicked Jakes being disintegrated by.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting zapped. Numbers. I think it's numbers 11, if I'm not mistaken. They were getting zapped, man. You know. I don't know which is it. Is what movies are? There's a movie with Tom Cruise where they're getting zapped as well, man. I don't know if it's World War Z or World of World. One of them. I ain't seen it. I just seen that clip. So they show you in these movies, man. They know, man, because it's in the scriptures. And it said in the greatness of his strength. So the Lord's turning up with a whole army, man. He's coming with Michael. He's coming with the angels. You know. He's coming with that great ship. You're gonna have the other ship. It's gonna be crazy, man. You know, it's gonna be. And the thing is, on the earth, it's good to talk about if the fire is already kindled. You're gonna already see. It's gonna be. Remember Jacob's trouble. There's gonna be turmoil on the earth. You know, you can't forget about movies like The Road. You're gonna have cannibal groups going around in trucks.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're gonna all of that.
Yeah.
You're gonna be getting women getting ravished all around. You know.
Yeah, women are gonna get raped, man.
Yeah, straight.
And you know, it's gonna be lawless. Women ain't gonna have period pads, so they're gonna be stinking.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna be like pieces of meat. You know, they're not really gonna be important.
Yeah.
You're gonna have like you said, cannibals, man.
Yeah. you know.
So that's why, you know, females are gonna try and band with like rebel groups and shit because,
Right.
but you know they'll just be getting raped.
That's it.
You know, then you're gonna, like you said, the cannibals. That's that like what kind of films?
The road is it?
The Road and all that.
Yeah. Book of Eli.
Right, Book of Eli. Yep. Yep. You know, there's always cannibalism in that time, man. Because there's gonna be no food, and most of these people would do it. Look at, you know what they do? They got I'm a celebrity, get them out of here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at what these people. These people eat anything.
Yeah.
And that's the part of the show. What would you eat? And they're eating anything.
Yeah.
So they're already ready to do it, man. That's why they're slowly introducing it onto the people. They're slowly introducing it onto the people, man. And cannibalism. See what I'm saying? I got sent a human meat link and all that.
Yeah.
Like about eating it. There's stuff going on out here.
If I can say that, there's that show Atlanta.
Mm.
In one of the episodes, you know, it's a bit of a mini spoiler, but I'm just gonna, for edification. There's a scene in it where basically you got this elite party, and they're getting this food prepared, and then they got that little dome over the plate. Then at the end, man, they reveal the dome. It's a human's hand. You know,
Wow.
that's the delicacy.
Is that an elite party?
Yeah, it's like an elite kind of
Yeah.
top echelon type party. You know, you got the you know, so-called
Yeah.
people that are happening in society there. You know, So cool.
They're demons, man. They're
You know?
demons. They're straight out demons, man. Wow.
and then secret parties and try this, and that's what they want to, where they want it to go, man. You know, back in Matthew 24 and verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
What was that?
Now that was Matthew 24, and Matthew 24 and 31.
Is it? I'm sure there's more of them than that.
It goes into the parable of the fig tree. Yeah.
No, where's 36?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Before we read that, go back to where read the part where the angels are gonna gather us from the four corners, then jump down to the days of Noah.
Come. Matthew 24, verse 31. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
Right. So we're gonna be gathered from all over the planet Earth, man, and we need deliverance, man. You know what I'm saying? Esau's got this disease warfare out here, man. Your bodies are fucking breaking down, man. Yeah. You know, matter of fact, the Lord is gonna have it. The Lord's having it so crazy that you're gonna have to be delivered. He's actually gonna be zapping people himself. How are you gonna escape that? How are you gonna escape nukes? And how are you gonna escape the UFOs zapping the Earth like War of the Worlds? How are you gonna escape that, man? Don't watch them fucking Hollywood movies, and then most of them people get fucked up anyway. To be honest. Well, you so make some Hollywood movies, basically, man. Like, so you're triumphal. So basically, what it will do in your head, it will make you want to go against the Most High and the angels. I think you can survive it, survive chariot attacks. You know, like you're some, oh, I'm an American superhero. I'm patriotic. You know.
Yeah.
I'm for for the family and kids, and you're doing everything. You're trying to avoid the ships coming and all that, man. That's how to program people. Man, when the chariots come, man, you're hoping, look, man, I want to take me out of here. Yeah. I mean, that's what you want, because if you don't, you're toast.
Yeah. Wisdom of Solomon 5.
Right.
They get at the strangers of his salvation. They're going to be saying the elect getting beamed up. People can be like, you know when you know that you're just fucked. You know, when you get left behind.
Right. That's right, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I'll jump down to verse. So we're jumping down to verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
Yeah, just doing what they do, but not spiritual. You know, not getting into the spirit, not understanding life. Just consuming. That's what they call them, consumers. You know. Even like animals are like more spiritual than a lot of people, man. They got these instincts and all that, and that's just a beast. You know what I'm saying? That when an animal dies, the spirit goes into the ground. That's just a beast. Yeah. But some of them, they're on a higher level than a lot of people, man. Imagine that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can sense spirits, and you see like animals come up to brothers, you know, because it's the brother's spirit, man. And they might bark at people to see demons and all that shit. So, you know, pretty much, man, a lot of animals are on a higher level than a lot of people, man. You know, let's go.
And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken, and the other left.
Go into that.
You know, hey, you know, you mentioned earlier, you're gonna be people that are gonna get left behind, man. You know? The scriptures talk about
left behind.
yeah. You know? The scriptures talk about the few that is gonna be saved, man. You know? Few that find life. So this ain't for everyone. It says two shall be in the field, but one shall be taken and another left. So work or whatever, you're out in the field, you're out there. One's gonna be taken, the one's not, man. Two women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left.
Right.
Same thing. Watch therefore, for you. It says, watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doth come. But know this, that if the goodman of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up.
Man, what was that movie that showed everyone getting destroyed and they was eating on the dinner table, man?
Leonardo DiCaprio. Don't Look Up, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, a lot of these people, they don't know the Lord's coming, so they, because they're just ignorant, they're rejecting what, they're not even listening to us. It goes in one ear and out the other, and all that sort of stuff. Like the scoffer, what are you talking about? Because that's what scoffers do.
Yeah.
Like in the days of Noah, like chariots, UFOs, and they're laughing at you.
Yeah.
So then they're gonna get taken unawares. Then when them chariots come, they're gonna be probably trying to party and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They might be having, them chipped parties, because the chip will be out at that point. So they might be because these people are robots, man. Look, most of them got the stabbing jabs, and they're gonna get the chip. So like to get in events and venues and all that, they're gonna get the chip, man. They're gonna get the RFID mark of the beast government tracking device, just so they're gonna be in these parties,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then they're gonna get zapped, taken unawares.
They might eat it. That's crazy. I was thinking about it because it says the time of Noah. Here it is, you had people getting married. They would have had the feast, the ceremony, eating. It's a joyous occasion, and all that.
Mm.
And all of a sudden now, you're seeing.
Which look, man, we ain't saying if you're in your house, you can't have a drink and you put on some music and you jig with it and shit like that, man. Of course you can. Of course you can. But we're talking about these clueless bots that are out in these events all the time, and they might go to. They just at these events, man, and they're clueless to what's going on.
Yeah.
We're talking about that. Okay, so don't well, you should know what the fuck we're talking about anyway. But some people might not know it. Some people might be fresh, and they don't. They're not really. They can't really. But it is what it is. Go on now.
Because in the time of Noah was preaching.
Right.
It's about the people that weren't taking heed. Because only 8 souls were saved in that time, man. So the most of the people they weren't taking heed. They were just in that same. So people are in that spirit now where the Lord's got his prophets out. You got camps all over the world.
Right.
And you got it over the internet. But people, they just continue in here, events and parties, and
Yeah.
they're in that spirit, man.
Yeah. Events.
It says, verse 44, therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour.
Hey, so the elect, they're actually praying for mercy and for deliverance, man. We actually pray for deliverance, Lord. Like shy, Lord willing, and one of the elects that can be saved. That's a big key. We got the names, the access codes, and unlike them, they haven't got the access code, so they're just stuck here. The robots, the cream fillers, and the biscuit, they're just gonna, just the fillers, man. Like you get a pack of biscuits, really they're just fillers. It's like you really want to eat a meal. Instead of eating a meal, you just eat some dry ass biscuits, man. And you could have a healthy breakfast,
Yeah. I had a precept.
Go ahead, man.
1 Thessalonians 5:1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night.
He comes as a thief. The Lord's coming as a thief. They got the movie The Fourth Kind. You got these different movies. They ain't coming in peace, man. That's why every time Esau makes a UFO movie, he always makes them look like these weird, like the spiders or some shit, or like the fucking, like scorpions. That's bullshit, man. They're actually the angels, Israelites. They're actually Israelites. They're angels, princes of the Most High, angels, but not in the bodies wearing. They're into celestial form. So they're Jakes.
Yeah.
Imagine that, man. You know. So basically, when you watch the movies now, you start hating the chariots. You know what I'm saying? That's what the program is. So when they come, oh my God, what the fuck are we gonna do? People are running. I ain't like, if I see a chariot, man, I ain't running. Lord willing, I'm not gonna want to be running. I'm gonna want to be like, just like, look, man,
Please, yeah.
you know, please, Baba Kushar. That's it. But these people, they're definitely gonna be like, what the fuck? And they're gonna be running and all that. Ah! Like ants scattering around and that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Zap.
They're all, even the vibration of these people follow after what the elite set them to do. The Goyim. Even the scriptures talk about the elites. They're gonna say, let the rocks fall upon us. They're going into the bunkers. They're gonna hide like
Wow.
rats.
They are,
The so-called higher, the top echelons of your society, you idiots out here that follow after Esau and all these circus tricks.
Wow.
He's gonna be hiding like a rat in a little cave, man,
Wow.
hoping that the Lord don't get him, but the Lord's gonna get him anyway.
Imagine that, bro. That's deep. It's true though. We don't know that. I know that scripture, but it's really that's deep. Yeah, yeah.
Verse 3.
And they're actually gonna get grabbed up by the Lord, like in a movie X-Men when Magneto grabbed them people from under the ground. That's what the Lord's gonna do with them. Whatever cave or whatever cave they're hiding in, whatever underground facility they're in, whatever it is, they're gonna get their ass grabbed up, man. And the Lord can, like that movie. What was the movie that I used to watch on Netflix? It was a show. At the end of the show, man, it was so deep. Or The Colony.
Yeah.
I don't know if you brothers watched.
Yeah, you got me on it. I watched it. Yeah.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Now, towards the end of it, bro, it actually ended up. First, it was the robots above them. That wasn't even the UFOs. That wasn't even the angels. That was Esau's technology, basically.
Yeah.
And it was turning them into super soldiers and monitoring them. It was a system, his beast system, AI and all that. But they was wondering, what the fuck? We don't know. But then it came out that really there was other beings out there that was, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that technology was really a defense for against the angels.
Yeah.
And that's in the scriptures.
Yeah.
Esau's technology. Satan. Oh, let's get that.
Yep. Satan.
That's in Revelation 12.
Yep.
That was deep, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels.
We fought against the dragon, Esau's system, the dragon and his angels. So Esau's, and it's funny, you got the beast, the dragon, Esau's known as the serpent, man. Esau's got these titles. So that's how you know that the serpent in the garden it was a man. You know what I'm saying? Esau's got these titles, man.
Yeah.
His system and his angels. So that's him and his weapons, his nukes, his people in his jets. And tanks and all the jets or the navies and that. Man, when them chariots come, now like that movie, that show, The Colony, that's a dope show. Spoiler alert. But I might do a video on that, Lord willing, as well. But like I said, they thought that they didn't know what these objects were. Really, it was a government program. I don't know if they said that, but that's really what it was. And they were like drones. You couldn't, people were in martial law. They were getting zapped. They just had to obey the government.
Yeah,
So
they were in confines of spaces. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, they were locked
Martial,
down.
yeah,
They couldn't leave towns.
Yeah.
But they were trying to resist against it and all that. And they had governments in certain things That was, but then they found out because the government was in power and all that, and people were getting money and they were trying to resist. But it took. Then they found out that anyway, towards the end, that these because people acting like they didn't know what these drones were, but then they found out that it was a fucking government super soldier program. That these people were getting chipped and people were disappearing by these drones and e-source tech to turn them into super soldiers. And why? So they could fight the angels.
Yeah.
They showed it in the fucking show.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was like there's actually beings out there that this is why we got all this, but we just couldn't tell the people. They couldn't tell the public that they basically that there's angels out there that are fucking coming down to zap them. They couldn't tell. This is real, man. This is like now Esau didn't even want to tell the people, and then it just come out. Oh, by the way, there are there's files UFOs. Then one dude, there's a video we come out. He said, well, what if there's angels in there? And then the news woman went, oh, come on.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So they don't want to believe it, man. They ain't gonna believe it.
Yeah.
Then you had that one scene where the angel, she appeared in the building and just didn't see that. She just killed.
It was like the NATO building of it or whatever, that one.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was like that.
It was underground.
It was underground.
Yeah.
It was underground.
Yeah.
And she just appeared. It was an angel and she was all blue. And you know what? They always make, when it's Jake, they always make it all blue. I don't know if she had braids or something. I can't remember. She probably didn't, but she was all blue. And that's how they put Jake in these shows, like X-Men, the Beast. You know, he was blue. The Mystique. That was a black woman. She was blue. You know. That's Jake.
Yeah. Quick precept.
Go ahead.
Amos chapter 9 verse 2. I got another one after this as well. Though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down.
Go into it, man.
So hey, it doesn't matter where they go, the Lord's got them, man. The Lord's coming with the angels. It says though they dig into hell, they might be on them underground bunkers, cool. But they're gonna be yanked out of there, man. You know? And the funny thing is, these elites that are doing that, you got celebrities buying these underground bunkers and all that. These elites that are in these underground cities almost, these underground places. The first thing that's gonna happen to them is they're gonna go into slavery.
Right.
You know? That's like, so I think that's Psalms 149, if I'm not mistaken. First thing they're doing is they're getting into slavery, man. You know? They got you Goyim out here while they know about the World War III and all that. So they're gonna try and hide, man. Add another one quickly. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord.
Right. So they've got out like Elysium, the movie Elysium. They've got like space stations, but even their satellites, man. Yeah. No, that's gonna get. You're gonna have Esau satellites in the kingdom, man. Nah. None of this shit. He was cast a spell. Satan was as fast as lightning. That's his whole system. Everything about it is getting cast out. He ain't gonna be existing no more. We have fucking satellites up there. No. You know what I'm saying?
You got the Star Wars program.
Yeah.
What would Trump brought in? I forgot the name of the president. I think maybe Ronald Reagan.
Right.
Then you had Trump brought in what, the 6th division of the army, pretty much, man. Military, the space program or whatever. So what is it all of a sudden now? They're talking about this, space fighting, because NASA's constantly blocking feeds, man. The Lord's coming, man. The Lord's that's all that NASA's known for. NASA's just known for blocking feeds. What's that? You got a feed in the first place, then you got chariots. You got so much chariots, sightings all over the world. Man, this place is getting taken out, and that's been happening. But it's now you're seeing it. You got the internet, so everyone's seeing it.
Right.
You know, knowledge shall be increased.
Yeah, they got a fucking black feeds and all this bullshit, man. Shit's crazy, man.
Yeah.
You could even get you've read it. Okay, so you read the War in Heaven, right? Revelation 19 goes into that.
Okay.
There's even the Lord coming back when he comes in second Ezra.
13, yeah.
You know.
Yep. Okay. Revelation 19.
Yeah, let's get Revelation 19.
Right, this is Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
So that white horse represents the chariots, you know, pretty much. You know, 'cause the chariots go into different, explain different. You know, they explain different, basically.
Lion roll in Zechariah.
Right, a flying roll.
Wheel in the wheel you said earlier in Ezekiel.
Right.
A mountain, a stone in Daniel, or Yahweh Shai, you know, coming back with in the chariots. Yeah, a mountain in Ezra's.
Yep.
Yep. And it says, his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed, and let's talk about Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, because they're not gonna know it. Who's this? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you're like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Because we know. We're waiting. But they don't know.
Now the people that know are the people at the top. And that's why it's like the Apostle started the video where the Amalekite wrote the book about the UFOs in the Bible and all that. It's usually thinkers, man. But you know, most people, goyim, they're not thinking, man. They're fucking not thinking. Go ahead, man.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh.
His name is called the Word of Yahweh, man. Mm-hmm. So his name is Yahweh Shai. He's the Word of the Most High. So I said he didn't know his name, but then it tells you what his name is, because it was talking about when he comes back, they ain't gonna know. They're gonna be like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But Yahweh Shai's got a lot of titles, man. Prince of Peace, the Lion of Judah. He's coming back as a lion. All sorts of stuff, man. You know, go ahead. The Word. Yeah. The Word.
Yeah. John 1. The Word was made flesh.
Right. Yeah.
And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean.
That represents purity. You know, because light represents righteousness, the actual light. And darkness represents wickedness. If you're in the darkness, you know what I'm saying? So you got color vibrations that can go deep. We're talking about some of that stuff. That stuff can go deep, man. With music and sounds and light. You got music and light. You listen to it goes deep, as we know. I mean, let's go. So when people say, "Oh, the white," they're thinking about light. White light, man. We're talking about pure righteousness, because a lot of things come from that. You know, when you get the light and you pull it like through a glass, and you get all these colors. It means you just get pure light. So that's spiritual, man. You get all them rainbow colors and all that from pure light.
Yeah.
Well, so that rainbow's righteous as well. Of course it is. Look what they're using it for. That's fucking prophetic, man. using it for a man in the damn high heels with thongs on, walking down the street, twisting hips, with a black nail varnish on. That's a demon, man. He's got,
Fish stuck in nets.
oh, man.
Yeah, boy. That's why this place needs to just get burned with fire, man.
That's right.
Verse 15. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and the wrath of Almighty Yahweh Shemel Shai.
There should be more on that.
Yeah. And he have on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King, there's titles, King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Mm. That's what he is.
Yeah.
That who's coming out the ships? The King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Not fucking George W. Bush. Not Rishi fucking Sunak. That puppet, man. You people ain't your pawn. Even you Rothschilds, man. You ain't. You just you're pawns in the game too. You are pawns in the game, man. The Most High controls you guys through them demons. Them demons are lying to a lot of you dudes, man. Even right now, you're getting lied to the stuff that you do and you think you're doing. You're thinking, you know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do that, but the demons are actually lying to you right now.
Councils in heaven.
Mm.
Yeah. And you know these Edomites, the elites, they're proud, just like Pharaoh was proud.
Mm.
Nebuchadnezzar,
Mm.
he was made into a beast, man. He was proud. The higher echelons of Babylon.
In Nebuchadnezzar, the Lord turned him into a beast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a literal, he was growing, what was he growing, feathers or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Eating grass or whatever he was doing. I can't remember the full details, but you know,
Lord jacked him up, man.
yeah,
Just made that setting.
on all fours, you know, turned his ass into a beast. But you saying something though?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's it, yeah.
All right, let's read it.
And I saw an angel standing in the sun.
And you know what? That's why in Romans 9, man, it talks about.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to get it,
Okay.
but it mentions about. You mentioned Pharaoh was proud. That's how these elites are. That's why they worship them Egyptians. They actually worship Egyptians, man.
Yeah.
They're looking at the statues and the hieroglyphs and the sorceries and the books and and the buildings. They're fascinated. The heathens. The Most High took that place out, man. They weren't shit. Okay. No matter what, if they aligned the pyramid with a fucking star constellation, man. So what? They were demons, man, and the Most High took them out. And the power of the Most High destroyed their ass. How about that? And Esau's mad that he ain't the real Israelites. And he knows that. Them top ones, they know that, man. That's why they're so mad. Because that means that they can't use the power that Moses used to battle the Egyptians. Because they're not the Israelites, so they ain't got access to that power.
Yeah.
So then what do? They go to that demonic Thoth god shit of the Egyptians. That's what they're doing today. Sorcery, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But just the Most High took Pharaoh out. He built him up, made it like, they were getting lied to. He was consulting magi's and all that.
Yeah.
And they couldn't stop the plagues that the Most High, they couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop it. So they have to keep, like, Moses was saying, let my people go, and they're still being stubborn. That shows you how stubborn. So if they were stubborn like that, the pharaohs, how stubborn is Esau?
Yeah.
Esau is doing everything in his power to try and take the Most High out. That's how stubborn. He's more stubborn than them Egyptians.
Yeah.
So that means that he's gonna do everything in his. He's the most stubbornest person on the planet. He's a frog. He's a demon. Esau Edom. So these elite Rothschilds, Rockefellers, and all these fucking swabs, these puppets and all that. These dudes are gonna try everything in their power to try and take the Most High out. They're hiding in bunkers. They're doing everything. They got plans.
Yeah, right, plans. Yeah, that's
They've
right.
actually got plans, man.
Yeah.
Hideouts, getaways.
That is a fact, man. He's on the run. He's on the run. And the scriptures say, he's the one that says he'll be like the Most High. That's his pride, man. You know. So he's gonna be in the kingdom. He's gonna be on the lowest of the low. He's the basis of men. You know.
Go ahead.
And I saw an angel stand, verse 17. And I saw an angel standing in the sun, and he cried with a loud voice, saying to all the fowls that fly in the midst of heaven, come and gather yourselves together unto the supper of the great power, that ye may eat the flesh of kings, and the flesh of captains, and the flesh of mighty men, and the flesh of horses, and of them that sit on them, and the flesh of all men, both free and bond, both small and great. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse and against his army.
Break it down, man. Go into.
Yeah. So, hey, first, we read up. The Lord's basically promised a feast, man. Okay. Whenever you see these like ancient war movies, what do you see after the battle? You see all these dead bodies on the field, and then you see crows pecking out their eyes, birds. Well, the Lord's you got birds that are set up. The Lord's set up birds, created birds like vultures, for example.
Yeah, vultures. And true, certain.
They're called. I think they're called carrion birds. They deal specifically like in if it's like a dead thing, rotten thing, they'll go and eat that. So the Lord's actually got that. So there's going to be birds that are going to be eating the flesh of these dead people, man. Pretty much, And it says that they were gathered. The armies were gathered together to war against him that sat on the horse. And we read who the person on the horse is. That's Yahweh Shai. And 2nd Ezra 13, which the elder mentioned earlier, which I'm holding, goes into into this verse, And it says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image.
Did it mention a false prophet?
It did, yeah.
So that's the Roman Catholic Church.
Okay.
Like all these organizations of Esau, they're going to be pushing this mark of the beast. They're already doing it. The banking system, which that's one of the unclean frogs are already pushing that, which is a Rothschild's, power structure that London, the fucking city of London, wherever that Canary Wharf or whatever the fuck, the banking system, the banks and wherever the banks are down there, and they're basically pushing central banking currencies.
Right.
We call them CBDCs, man. Whatever the fuck. But they're pushing digital currency for a normal. Here cryptos come out, but people thought that was just that was rebels.
Yeah,
which was stupid, man. And if you ever believe that, man, that's on you. But that was stupid. That was stupid to believe that. But it is what it is. But now all of a sudden the banks are going, oh yeah, we're gonna push out. We're going to actually have digital currency, and that might be the future of currency, full stop. What the fuck? Shouldn't people be asking questions? Like, what the fuck do you mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean that our currencies are all going to be digital, man? But to see these people are fucking zombie asleep, that's fucking why. That's right. It's the local bin. I like up in Scotland, England, big duster bins, man. You know what I mean? Instead of them, in England you got the fucking small little ones, and if you can,
you can't even fit it in because there's a little gap for you to fill it in.
Right, and they don't want to take it unless it's in there and shit. They like that.
Yeah.
They don't want you putting the black bags in. It's bullshit, man. So that's limiting what you can consume and all this.
Yeah.
So you can't have too much rubbish to put in the bin and all that.
Yeah.
Enjoy it there.
It says, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. So that's part of the deception too. A lot of people are going to get deceived into taking this CHIP, man. You know?
Yep.
These were both cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone. Meaning what? The Lord's going to bring that destruction, man. And in fact, America is going to be, it's going to be like a lake of fire. You know, you go to a lake is like a big body of water, right? Well, imagine that big body of water, that's America, but it's on fire, you know? Because of the thermonuclear destruction that the Lord's bringing, man.
Yeah, the whole of America being on fire, that's some crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
That's just epic. Like, oh, the earth's gonna shake, you know. So that's epic, you know, epic, man. Like epic music.
Yeah, that's right. And the remnant was slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceedeth out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. See, I got that second Ezra 13.
Yes,
Yeah.
bro. Fucking
Okay. This is second Ezra 13.
getting it. Just fucking berserking fucking all the way in, man.
Second Ezra 13.
Shit.
Second Ezra 13, verse 1. And it came to pass, after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And you know, that's talking about Yahweh Shai coming from the heavens, man. Okay, coming in that gigantic ship. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it feeleth the fire. You know, because the Lord is bringing basically the Lord's bringing fire, man. Lasers from them ships. Okay, Lord actually.
The UFOs have got lasers, man. You know they call it laser beam.
Mhm.
They used to have that in RoboCop and that laser beam in the games anyway. In the fucking Mega Drive or whatever the fuck it was. I can't-
Plasma rays, laser beams,
Right.
all of that. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is some real ass fucking lasers, man. Concentrated fire, whatever you want to call them, laser beams or you know.
That's right. And after this, I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea.
That's the armies. Go ahead.
But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it.
So it shows you that these leaders and these rulers are against the Most High. Point blank, period, man. Now this might sound, if you know, people watching for the first time, they don't understand what we're saying, but this is what it is. These governments and these elites, you got these NATO Bilderbergs, they're just their meetings, but you got the families that are running this shit, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, those motherfuckers, man. They know that the Lord is coming back, Yahweh Shai, with God of the Bible, to destroy them and put them in captivity and all that, and destroy whoever needs to be, Edomites needs to be destroyed, and they're trying to fight that. You know, they're aware, man. That's why these people are gonna fight. World War III is gonna be happening, and then the Lord's gonna come, and they're all gonna try and turn and fight the Lord. You know, they're gonna be, oh, we gotta get these crafts, you know. That's what's gonna happen, man. Go ahead.
But I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not.
So you don't know where the Lord's coming from. You don't know where the Lord's coming from. Oh, he's gonna come from, you know, like coordinates, Google Earth, or you know what I mean, a satellite coordinate. It's coming from that. No, they don't even know. They're not even gonna know where he's gonna come from, man.
And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight.
So they were fucking scared. It's just people in blood.
Yeah.
They were fucking scared, man.
Yeah.
They were so afraid. You know? But that's, you're gonna be scared, man. Read on.
And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war.
Yeah,
But
so it ain't gonna be, you know, because he's in a chariot. That's why he's not gonna be, you know, he's just explaining like different weapons and no, he's in a ship, so it's not gonna happen like that, you know. Yeah, that's right. Hello, man. How you doing, pal? Dog came to say they get a bit messed up when their dogs do that, don't they? Think, oh, why is the dog gone and done that?
See you later.
You
No,
know?
come on. No. It's probably more slippy up there.
Yeah, get to go away. What, like 20 feet size?
Oh, read on.
and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. I read that already, so like, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of
And
fire.
she got messed up with her. Oh, come here, machine. Come here. You know what I'm saying? The dogs and the spiritual, man.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, this is some good geezers. Good geezers, you know what I'm saying? And she's just like, come on, get away from them. You know? Yeah. A lot of these dogs are gonna start turning on them owners, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Watch.
That's right.
Yeah, the Lord's gonna do that in that day. And it's gonna be green lights, red, you know, just to give you an example. Like the angels are gonna have that. They're gonna know who to kill and who not, who's of the elect and who's not.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, these dogs are gonna get that. They're gonna get the Lord's gonna give them this vision, this tunnel, this sight, this third eye sight. Yep. You can identify the grip that, you know, that's a demon. A lot of you people, your dogs are gonna turn on you. I mean, it might sound like doom and gloom, man, but we're just giving you the reality, man. If you thought the Bible was all, fucking, you know, roses and petals, man, they got it way wrong.
I've got a quick one for you.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 15:3. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy.
Go into it, man.
So, hey, you know, the Lord's gonna actually appoint that, man. Okay, you got wicked Jake out there. People are gonna get, he said, what, dogs to tear, the sword to the armies, beasts of the earth. You're gonna have lions. What do you think is gonna happen with these silverback gorillas and lions and all that is in these zoos, man? People mocking
Whoa.
them every day,
Well,
banging
yeah,
them.
they're caged up, they're depressed, they're angry, man.
They're
When
angry.
you cage them, they do. Because sometimes them animals, the zoo attack people.
They do. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They'll bang the windows and all that
Right.
as well.
Yeah, they do that. Like if someone might put his hand by a cage, it might be a lion might bite. There's videos of lions trying to pull the person in the cage.
Yeah.
Because they're pissed off.
Yeah. So what do you think is gonna happen when his electricity goes down, man, and those gates start holding that? All of that, man.
And you know what's funny, man? And I'm saying this, I could be wrong, but I'm saying this as a man, right? That sometimes, like in the wilderness, like if you get wild animals, they won't even attack humans because they're just doing what they're doing. Like you could live, like let's say you go to the land of Ham, they might be living around lions and shit, man. But they won't have to, like, they're not like gonna just every day attack villages and attack people. They don't do that.
What are you trying to avoid?
Avoid it, living there, you know, hunting, resting.
Yeah.
You know, they kind of attack for survival and shit rather than just shit like that.
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of these animals in these cages, they ain't gonna be like that, man. They're gonna be pissed off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're just gonna be rage demons, man. Demon time.
Yeah.
You know?
It says, and the fowls of heaven too. You got that movie with Alfred Hitchcock, Birds. You know, they show you in that movie, man. People were getting attacked by crows and ravens and all that. Yeah, it's cool.
I ain't seen that, man.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
sounds fucking dope.
Yeah, it's dope.
Is it old? Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah,
that's
60s.
not-
I think it's 60s.
I've seen that. Sounds familiar. When you say that name,
Yeah, from classic ones.
probably seen it. Yeah, I think I've seen that.
I was even gonna get these birds, man. On the way here to camp, I saw an eagle quite close too, by the window of the car, man.
Right.
And I saw it close, saw its wingspan was like something like that, like a big brown eagle. And I said, man, these eagles are gonna start tearing people up. You know,
Yeah.
they're gonna start tearing people up. Anyway, back in 2nd Ezra 13, verse 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
Yeah, that. So we're still talking about that. The laser beams, man. You know, sparks and tempests. And you don't know what it's going to be like. It could be, you don't know. It could be like a red, like it could actually look like fire, like a whirlwind, a portal of fire. You don't know what it's going to look like. Or it could just be a red beam like the show. I don't, you know, who knows? Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I mean, someone else might know. I don't know, man. But you know, it could be that. It could be, you know, like a big portal, like a circle of just actual fire, like, do you know what I mean? Just burning. You can see it. You know? Who knows, man? Could be blue. You don't know. That just shows the power of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? It does.
Yeah.
Because there's no technology that they got that can rival these ships. These ships are disappearing. They're saying these UFOs are disappearing, they're reappearing. They're doing all sorts, man. They're shrinking in size, they're multiplying into other ones.
Yeah, more events.
Yeah, they're multiplying, man. They're expanding, they're getting smaller and that.
The fighting physics, going in water,
Right.
you know, coming out of water, going in water, you know, all of that.
And then when you get them NASA feeds, you get like fleets of them. They cut the feeds, like you said, they cut the feed. Right.
Okay. I remember back in Oxford Circus when we were teaching there was one day when the Lord had a fleet of chariots go past the camp. I remember they were all like going at different speeds and all that. I remember one of them was right at the front and it was like going real fast. It looked like it was on fire. It was like red, you know. So the Lord's, these are angels, man.
History's on, man.
So yeah, man. So they're coming in style, man. You got videos of Esau trying to laser these guys, and then they're just dodging it and all that. Right, verse 11. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived.
That means that, like, because the scripture talks about there's thousands of angels. So that means that with all these flighter jets and all that Esau's got, them chariots can be so big, and the fleet's chariots can be so big that all of a sudden they're just going to be zapping all of them. There's going to be thousands and thousands of them angels. And they're going to be way bigger than these little jets Esau's got. So they ain't got a chance. That's why it said that in like all at once, it would just like disintegrated basically.
Yeah. So that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid.
Yeah, because you know the Lord showed these prophets visions, He actually put them in visions. He made them see. You know, did all this, and the stuff is scary because it's that colossus, man.
Yeah.
Imagine you standing there and all you see is UFOs and those jets and just dropping out the sky, crashing on buildings and come on, that's pretty out there. So and this is what's going down. Now us as the Israelites, that's the power of the Most High, the Lord and His angels. We're reading it anyway.
Yeah.
The man that is coming out the ship, subdue them that dwell on the earth. And the sea represents the firmament. Because you got different. This is the sea, the air, space. You know what I mean? You got like dense sea, dense water, and this is all we're in the firmament, the waters, man, the heavens. You know.
Verse 12. Afterwards saw I the same man come down from the mountain, and call unto him another peaceable multitude. And there came much people unto him, whereof some were glad, some were sorry, and some of them were bound.
Some people that you being arrested, pal. You know what I mean? You're going in captivity, man.
That's right.
You know. So some were glad. You know. Some were sorry. You know. And have all sorts, man. You have people that forsook the Lord. They're gonna be like, shit. You know what I mean? Like, and the Lord can do that. The Lord will have people that forsook the Lord all this time, alive. Why? How come he's alive? He's a demon, but the Lord's got to do his life.
Yeah.
You know, you think that sometimes, and how come that person ain't just gonna get taken out? But a lot of them need to be here for that event, to be sorry. It depends what your lot is, fate, destiny. You know what I'm saying?
And some of them were bound, and other some brought of them that were offered. Then was I sick through great fear, and I awaked, and said, Thou hast showed thy servant these wonders from the beginning, and hast counted me worthy that thou shouldest receive my prayer.
I think we got any more on that? I think might be done on that.
I've got to get wisdom back.
Yeah, get that.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors.
Basically, you ain't basically saying you ain't shit, man. You ain't done fuck all. You know, basically that's what they're saying. You know. Go ahead.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
So we're going into the chariots, we're going into the Lord's UFOs. That's how the elect are going to be delivered from the destruction that's coming. In the what they call the UFOs, man. You know? That we're trying to get a little listen and all that. Trying to hear on the slide. Funny shit that was. He was trying to hear something, man, on the sly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, This was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach.
Break it down, go into all that.
So, hey, see, right now, what people are doing is they're scoffing. Okay? We're a proverb of reproach, you know? Look at them, you know, what are they about? They're mad,
Yeah.
you know? Or you might tell them, they might come up, we might say, yeah, man, the so-called UFO, that's the chariots, they're coming to save the Lord's chosen, okay? Nor wouldn't they beam us up. People are gonna laugh at that, man. They go, hey, yeah, you know, hey, aliens. That's the, you know, but you know, there's gonna come a day, man, when
I
people.
think the word alien just means foreign.
Foreigner, yeah.
So that doesn't mean that it's a fucking giant spider that stands on 2 feet. I mean, he breathes green breath and all that. Yeah, come on, man.
That's right.
That sounds something more like a demon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And these people, the scriptures about apparitions. People are gonna see some shit.
Yeah, they're gonna see all of that.
You know, your greatest fears, man. The Lord knows how to get you, man. You know. So people are gonna be scoffing, man. You know. But they're gonna be seeing the elect getting beamed up, and oh, you know,
Yep.
messed up. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor.
Right.
So people think this is a fruitless endeavor, you know. And the scriptures talk about it. Talk about you know, is it foolishness? How's it go? Basically, how we're made as a spectacle, man. You know, people look at us and think, what are these guys doing out on the cold on a Saturday, and you know.
Yeah.
But they don't know that what we're doing ends in honor, man. Before honor is humility, you know. This is a humbling process the Lord's got us going through. There's a reward for this, a crown that's laid up. They don't know that.
Yes, it was, you know, teaching in the cold, the winter. It was frosty out here. It was snowing today. You know, and you got, you know, summertime Israelites. Will Smith, summertime Israelites, man. Barbecues.
Yeah.
Barbecues and fringes.
Yeah. Yeah. Come here, get some of this chicken. Chicken. The Lord said, feed my sheep. What do you think happens on the way here? I was seeing sheep for galore, man, on the fields, eating grass.
Right.
So it doesn't matter what the season is, they got to get fed,
That's right.
you know? In season, out of season, man. How is he numbered among the children of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, and his lot is among the saints? People are going to be messed up, man. You know?
Well, there's a set, you know, adding to that scripture, there's a set of spirits, man, that were created to be of the elect. Before they were born, they were created. The first spirits created, but they're actually the heralds, man. They're actually, you know, they're gonna be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. They're actually the patriarchs, if you will, man. Of everything, you know what I mean? Yahweh Shai and the elect. The first spirits created, man. So, and the world was made for their sake. So the scripture says that you were with me from the beginning. Yahweh Shai said, you were with me from the beginning.
A little precept on that.
You know, like you got the American forefathers and all that. You know, the founding well, you the elect, and they're gonna be the immortal founding fathers, man.
Yeah.
You know,
That's it. Yeah.
it ain't gonna be okay. That was just that was your granddad in the past, and he used to be the head of the family and all that, man. And then when time goes on, people just forget about him and don't give a shit. Or the generations, like you don't know who your great granddads were, so you don't. It's like doesn't matter. It don't matter.
Yeah.
Like, ain't gonna be like that in the kingdom. We're gonna be immortal, man. We're gonna be there. The founding fathers, man.
Yeah.
That's why you want to get beamed up in the first go round, because you're gonna be there with the Lord and setting things up on the earth.
Yeah.
Setting up that kingdom, man.
Yeah. Now the precept.
Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4. According, I shall start from 3. Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach, which is Yahweh, who have blessed us all with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Hamashiach, which is beautiful because this is a spiritual blessing to have this word, this understanding. According as he have chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us onto the adoption of children by Yahweh Shai Mashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will.
God.
You know, predestinated, man. Showing you that it's, you know, that's what the Lord said in Jeremiah, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. You know? And when you look into the word predestinated in the Hebrew, or in the Greek, so like prorizo, it says to predetermine, decide beforehand. So you know the game's rigged, man. The Lord has his elect, you know, chosen from the foundation. It says to foreordain, appoint beforehand.
God.
You know, that's why the Lord said, "You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you to be a prophet unto the nations." Man, you know.
God. We're gonna close out now anyway. So hey, with that, we're gonna say Shalom, man. Shalom.
Shalom.